Alright everyone, and welcome back to Airport CEO, where we are continuing to expand our general aviation capabilities this episode. Next episode we will work on more commercial flights. So what I want to do is try and get a little bit more of a, I guess organized just back-to-back parking spot here in this little section down here, which will look pretty cool, to store a lot of these general aviation aircraft. And we might do the same a little bit back this way as well. So without further ado, we're just going to let it play just so you guys can see some movement in the background. And we are going to work on some more service roads. We're going to cross the taxiway here. This one's already crossed, so we're good at that point. We are going to work on some new taxiway foundations. Alright. Alright. And I think here we're going to split it. And then do something for like this for some small stands. So 1, 2, 3. So this one we're going to have to offset it, I think, right? I can't offset it quite evenly. So I'll tell you what, we'll just do that. Nah, I don't like that. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Small stand. Yeah. We'll do something like that. I think that's reasonable. Yep. Okay. So this is another major expansion for our general aviation over here. And we will go get some service roads, which we need to make sure are grass. So it all matches here. We're going to go ahead and get some more taxiway foundations spread out here along the southern end. Like that. And then at this point, let's go ahead and do this. Now these guys are a little bit closer. However, there's nothing on this side, so we can just run the taxiway node kind of like that along here. So we can just open these up here. Good. We'll go ahead and call in the boys. Let's go ahead and deploy all. Give them a ring. You can see our parking spots are currently full. Oh, more gas going for sale there. We've used about 80% of that for now. And here comes all of our workers just running across the runway, trying not to get run over. Oh, there goes one right there. Oh boy. It's a dangerous job being workers over here at Athar Air, but that's okay. They'll manage, I think. Alright, so general aviation, open. General aviation, open. Open. Here you can see the... I kind of wish you could stack these on top of each other so that you wouldn't have to waste space like this to have like a double lane kind of highway system for the service trucks, but you know, I'm okay with it. It could look a lot worse, so you know we're all right with it, I think. Look, our first little plane just going right over the construction zone, not giving a crap. And then he parks on up. Let's go ahead and get our service road connected to this side over here. Service truck coming to fuel this guy. Looking good. Money, money, money being made. Going to open this up for general aviation. This one as well. So basically, I'm trying to get to where I'm net neutral, or at least pretty net positive, just from general aviation. And that way, we are free to kind of expand our aircraft into commercial as much as we like. That's kind of how I enjoy playing these. You start off with a small business that's successful, and then you're just like trying to ratchet it up, and you use the income for these other places. So it's becoming night. We are currently on day 2, still year 1. And I might have some more of these vehicle depots around eventually. I think it'll be just cool looking to have. Might need to just, for my sake, get this set up. Did I do concrete again? I think I did just now. So let's go back to grass. There we go. So that's looking good. We can turn on general aviation here and open the last stand, and that's it. That is the general aviation side of the airport. There's still stuff we can do. More spots, more interesting layouts and stuff, but I think for now, that's a good spot to kind of leave it. At that point, we'll just, let's go ahead and skip to the next day. Shoot, I need to dismiss some people. And then we'll go ahead and fast forward to 4 in the morning. Oh, good. We're making about $1,000 an hour after a little bit of time. So I think we're basically net zero at this point. And that's just parking fees, so none of these guys are getting refueled. And I think that would increase it a little bit more. All these lights kind of sitting here. Looks pretty neat, I think. Saw something, a spinning light. I guess it was just the steam coming off our little fuel station there. Alright. So this is the general aviation side of things. So if you guys want to know how to set this up and try and make it at least somewhat profitable, you can watch the first episode where we set out the foundations here. But now comes the hard part, I think. So what I want to do is a couple things. I would like to make a loading zone, which I guess has to be connected to a road. It can't be connected to a service road. Yeah, that's annoying. Because I would like to have the services kind of connect back there, but I guess it's okay that it doesn't. Airplanes, by the way, don't currently take off till about 5 in the morning. You can see we have restricted flight times because our runway has no lights on it. So that's a thing to consider. Oh, I need to add some taxiway node variations here. So let's do a holding point. Let's do a holding point. And I think a holding point there. There we go. And off they go. Making their runs. And you can see having these traffic points set up means at least things get moving a little bit quicker. Our runway is taking some damage, but that's okay. I'm not really worried about it. We're about to get a whole new set of planes though. And our first full day using our full GA kind of area. So let us think about the airport. Now, should we start small or go big from the get-go? Probably start small, I would think. So, I did say the actual... Oh, look, plane landed right there. Touchdown. Good job. The actual main runway, we could either just put it on this side or, you know, we'll probably end up doing both. We'll probably end up needing more than the one runway. So let us put runway number 1 kind of close. I don't quite know the grid count quite well in the game, so think about there is a good spot for runway 1. And eventually we can have one kind of centralized up here. Kind of like that. And then possibly another parallel. You can either do all parallel runways, which is perfectly fine, or you can do some more T-junctions and things. Alright, so we have stuff landing. I'm going to go ahead and repair this current grass runway. You can see it's getting covered with oil. It's pretty much in disrepair there, but it's cheap to repair these things than to build a whole new one. So keep that in mind. You also have to repair these stands. You can see general aviation doesn't really take them down too much, which is good. Why are we losing $100,000 an hour? I don't know, but we might need to call in the lads. Why am I losing $100,000 an hour? Maybe because I placed this down and it's cost $100,000 and it hasn't been an hour yet for it to kind of refresh. Alright, so foundations for the airport. I built this wrong again, didn't I? I think I did. Bye. Delete it. Get rid of it. There we go. Pause. I have to space it out more. You know what? Let's build the building first. I think building the building first, so we know roughly how big that is going to be probably for the best. So, infrastructure. We're going to need a road. Roads are handy. Get point A to point B. This is our current highway entrance point. Now, I wouldn't mind splitting this off. I'm kind of curious to see if you can do a one-way road, so I can just do a loop. And then they get back on the highway. So you know what? We're going to try that. So let's do 10 by 3. Or 10 by 1. And then 10, so 30. And then 9. So this is kind of our main traffic loop. So I want to see how that builds. Now, if we need to make it a 2-lane, we can. We still have plenty of room for that. So here comes all of our builders working like ants. Get this thing set up. And let's go ahead and try to build a few situations here. So we want bus drop-off zones. On one side. So I'm just doing this as a spacer real quick. And then I'm deleting this. In fact, this one's wrong. So let's try this again. There we go. So we get a few bus stops. Like that. Okay, these are kind of our main depots here. And then car drop-off will be on the other side. So this is basically the parking lot side of things, right? So we will do something, I think, like Like this, right? You guys know me and my parking lots. Oh, I have to delete that. Kind of have to choose which side you want to be offset from each other. Alright, and the same thing back here. 1, 2, 3. Can I touch corners? See, that could be the reason these aren't offsetting right. There we go. That's better. So yeah, touch corners there. This is getting expensive. Bop, bop. And then I think I might build some sidewalks in this kind of gap area so people can safely kind of walk across the street at that point. So this is kind of our parking lot setup. In theory, if it works, I don't know, but we'll definitely find out. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead for safety reasons, just double this road up like so. So this is the parking lot and the bus drop-off zones for our airport. So hopefully it doesn't get too busy. It probably will, but we'll see. It's also probably too big for really what we need, but that's okay. So we're gonna build a 1x1 sidewalk all the way around here. We're losing so much money, but worst case scenario, I can just take out a loan. Alright. And I just want these sidewalks double wide, because it'll look nicer and a little bit more, you know, footpath friendly. As our general aviation kind of tries to offset the cost of our main airport as much as possible. I wish I could set the cost of my fuel. And for some reason get the feeling that only one of my fuel trucks is really working. I could be wrong though. I mean, if I just let it play, we have a full... Oh wow, look at that parking lot. Looking pretty sharp. So we'll double these up, and in the middle we can just make these into planters or something. Plant some nice little trees. Yeah, that's definitely looking like an Uthris parking lot right there. Alpine Odyssey would be proud of us right now. It's all about the little devils in the details, boys, like always. And double that up, double this up, double and all the way down, double, double. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I think that's decent looking. Here we will see how the crosswalks look. Oh wow, look at that. Perfectly fitting right there. And right there. So those are crosswalks. So now we can basically just take a 2 wide sidewalk all the way down it to hook up to kind of the main path there. That's a lot of concrete. Definitely looks like a good drop-off area though. Nice and solid. Plenty of car space. You have a feeling, you know, most airports, most people will ride by car, have a friend drop you off. I'm not going to build like a massive parking lot because it doesn't even look like that's an option. So for now, let's build some bus shelters though. We're going to kind of place these sporadically a little bit, just so not all of them are the same. And I think we could start getting planters in here. Oh, must be placed inside. Well, that's cool. All right, so we'll just do something like this, I guess. Look at all of our workers just going ham. So we'll see what that looks like with all those trees placed. I might leave this as a grass yard. It depends on how these trees look if we add more. Look at that. Filled in nicely, and it looks like they kind of randomized the color a bit so it doesn't all look the same. Beautiful. And I like the little bus coverings. That's looking proper. Definitely pretty proper on that one. And we're just making money off of general aviation, and things are going. Oh, good. Our second fuel truck does work. I was a little worried about that just sitting here. We got some messages. Golden opportunity. Looks like we're getting spammed. Receipt for fuel truck. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna start getting rid of all these. We're fine. I don't need to read my emails. I'm a successful airport owner. I need to get rid of some of these workers, though. Go on home, lads. We'll give you a ring when you're needed again. Alright, so we're making money. Mainly from parked vehicles, like plus 1,500. I mean, that's pretty decent. It spikes down to 700 at the start of the hour, but by the time the end of the hour happens, we hit net neutral about 30 minutes in, about 1,000 positive, 40 minutes in. So we are gaining money, albeit probably a little slow for a lot of people, but you know, it's okay. We might have to look into getting a second runway for general aviation if we check a look at this. I don't think we can quite get all of our planes on here at once. A little concerning. Traffic buildup could become a problem at this rate, but we'll find out. We'll definitely find out. So this is our little parking lot. You know what? I like those trees, so we're just gonna make some more. Four. 4. 2. 4. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna leave this spot grassy though, just for a little bit of a break in there. That one will be 5, just to be a little bit different. Good. Looking pretty good so far. It's becoming nighttime though, so maybe we should get some light poles as well. God, I'm spending this whole episode making a parking lot. Why am I not surprised? Why aren't you guys like yelling at me right now? I was like, Uthris, you're doing it again. We've seen this before. You've literally just done this. Why are you making a parking lot? Because I like parking lots. Let's get these things in here. Nice and bright. So from far away, it'll look glowing and nice. And they're only $10 each for these lights, so, you know. Get them while you can, right? I haven't even had to take out a loan yet. Makes me feel good. Bop, bop. Alright, so we have some street lights there for some good lighting effects. Well, let's go ahead and light up the bus station a bit. Alright, so from a distance that's becoming readable at night at least, right? Turn on a little flashlight. Yep, everything is looking mighty fine. Mighty fine if I say so myself. And we're almost coming to a close on this episode. So what can I add that we might need over in this area? We have bus shelters. We don't need tarmacs or anything. We got crosswalks. Do I need crosswalks in these areas? I think we do. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just kind of alternates our crosswalks a little bit. I think here and here as well. There we go. Now people kind of have set way to walk around. I don't know how functional this is. I've actually never messed with making a parking lot in the game yet. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I just am. So, hopefully it works. We'll find out. We'll definitely find out next episode. So next time we are going to start our main building. We are hopefully going to get to commercial flights and move on from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the episode, feel free to leave a comment down below on how you think I'm doing. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness such as this. Let's skip to the next day. So yeah, until then, I'll see you all in the next episode.